Today we're going to work on how I teach push-ups. And I'm kind of like a broken record in that I begin teaching the push-ups just like I begin teaching the deadlifts and the squats. Okay? Because the first thing you need to do is learn how to control what happens between your butt and your head, or your hips and your head, however you want to see it. So, as I said, the first thing I'm going to teach is a bridge. I like teaching the bridge first because the bridge makes it easier to find the spinal position that I want to see, right? I don't know if it's correct or not, but it's the one I want to see. Now, you're going to lay your back and you're going to put your lower back flat on the floor. Your feet are not going to be, your toes are going to be nice and spread, and so are your hands. And from there, you're going to lift your hip up in the air, and you're going to find your bridge or plank position. Same exact position. I want to see the hips and the rib cage being kind of parallel to each other. Your butt's contracted, abs are contracted, right? And in this case, you're also working on the ability to spread your shoulders open or retract your shoulder blades, when I get technical about it, as you lift your hips up, okay? Which will definitely come into play in the push-up. So, I also want to see as you get down, you maintain that relationship. Come down to a flat lower back, and then come right back up. The ability to, over and over again, find that position just makes it easier to do the push-ups. Now, I like to flip that thing and take it to a quadruped position because, well, we don't do push-ups on our back, right? And for that, I like to use the exercise commonly known as quad rocking, right? Rocking back and forth. Babies do this, right? It's not a very technical exercise. Hands really far out in front of you. Again, you want to kind of control what happens between your head and your hips and make it all one unified piece. And then once more, I'm spreading my fingers, give myself a big base of support on my hands. My knees are kind of spread too, my toes are together. And I'm going to go forward and I'm going to find that plank position. Now, can I fully extend my hips here? No, I can't. But I can get pretty close to it. And then come right back. Again, trying to maintain that nice evenness of movement between my head and my hips, and try not to have too much floppiness going on like this, right? This obviously will help you in your hip hinges and squats as well. Again, I go forward, I find my plank. The only difference between a plank and a bridge is whether you're facing the floor or not, by the way. Again, in my book. And they're going to go back again. Now, somebody can't do that. I usually don't bother with push-ups, right? That's just me. Now, to start developing the upper body strength to do push-ups, again, since push-ups are part of the standing continuum, I see push-ups as part of standing. You know, in the past, I looked at them as an upper body push, right? Traditionally, some people just call them a chest exercise, which really does it a disservice, but I look at them as part of standing. So, because they're part of standing, I like to start working on upper body strength by doing what's called a push back. What I call a push back, which is just, well, just pushing back onto your hips. The hands, the arms and shoulders are starting to practice that pushing motion. Now, do we go straight up? No. We go up and back. Because, as we do so, if we go straight up, even when knees on the ground, we have to lift the weight of the whole body above the knees, right? But, if we go back, I am pulling weight away from my arms as I push, making it a whole lot easier. So, developmental exercises, the rocks to find the plank, and the push back. Again, as you can see, those are all part of that standing process when you're on your stomach. This is a good time to start talking about the range of motion I want. What I want happening in the scapula or the shoulders doing a push-up, right? What I want to see is this. I want to see the shoulders follow the arm. And when I say shoulders, I mean all the bones up here, okay? Don't get technical on me today. Follow the arms on the way forward and lead the arms on the way back. Right? If my arms are moving back and forth in relation to my torso, what I don't want to see is on the way forward, them coming up and over, right? I just want them to go forward. On the way back, again, don't want to see them coming up and over. If you start seeing up and over, you went too far down in your push-up, in my opinion, right? Too far down. This is your range. Some people talk about, oh, I want to see 90 degrees or whatever, right? Chest to ground or not chest to ground, I don't care. How far can you go without the movement of your shoulder disagreeing with the movement of your arm? Right? Too much? Okay. And that will change depending, even the same person, it'll change depending on load applied to the body. Right? An easier push-up, you'll usually get more range of motion than a harder push-up. It'll change depending on how fatigued you are. It'll change depending on how you slept that night. So just keep that in mind, right? Follow the arm completely. We'll keep it back here. Follow the arm and lead the arm, or catch the arm, I like to think. So, again, once we got the first two down, then I go to my knee push-up, right? And again, look at how my hips are moving in one piece. That's kind of what I want to see. Head and hips moving in one piece. We need that plank position, that bridge position, butt tight, hips tight, butt tight, abs tight, that's what I meant, and the shoulders moving with the arms. Now, obviously, that knee push-up is a lot harder than the first two movements I showed you. Okay, so that might be too big of a jump for some people, and that's fine. That's when I use push-ups with your hands elevated. I'm actually use push-ups with your hands elevated even if I don't have that. Especially if I have a lot of equipment. If I have, for example, in a gym, I have a Smith machine that I can lower down and start doing push-ups up here, and then do them down here, and then do them down here, and then do them down here. And that's awesome. I will use that Smith machine. I hate the machine, but it's great for what it's, well, the machine is great, but not what it's made for, right? It's great for bodyweight exercises, like push-ups and bodyweight rows. Now, the second thing, the other option I would give you, if you're at home, and this is mostly for people who are at home really, this whole series is kind of based around that, is a wall push-up. And when you do a wall push-up, are you going to be able to go full range of motion? No. But you're going to be able to practice moving through your shoulders while maintaining that integrity between the head and the hips. So between that rocking back and forth, the pushbacks and that, you could build the control to eventually get to your full push-up, right? And I like looking straight down. Looking straight up, there's nothing wrong with that, but I have found more success teaching people looking straight down. So you go down and up, obviously. Now, some people argue about where the elbow should be. Again, I don't care. If you can keep the elbows close and bring the shoulder back with the arm, excellent. If you want to bring the elbows further out, bring the shoulder back with the arm, excellent. Out here, shoulder comes back with the arm, excellent. They're all good, except when this happens. This happens. This happens. And for a lot of people, the extremes here, real tight or real wide, make that happen quicker. The in the middle tends to be a bigger range of motion for most people. I think I'm done. I think that's it for this video. I'm going to come back talking about some bent over rows, which is the other side of the coin.